Hello out there, casual fanatics. Welcome to episode 8 of Selenon Rising. In the last episode, we went undercover, tried to find out a little bit of information, tried to get into Zarla's cell, and exceeded beyond our wildest expectations, largely because Zarla was expecting us and wants us to help her take down her rival, the Sandman. This is the 8th episode of this playthrough, and I kind of wanted to start it out a little bit different. Instead of jumping straight into the action while we're rolling along, what I would like to do, while I get my trusty D6 out for decision making, is I kind of want to take a look at some of the extras here, show you what the extras are. So first we have our dossier, which is various different documents and people that we've gotten information on over the course of things. So, for instance, here under individuals, we're not going to read through all of these, but we are going to take a look at these. We have bureau personnel. We've got 3 dossiers right now. Our girl Violet is one. Likes, stargazing and relaxing music. Dislikes, crowds of people and pointless distractions. I like this girl. I like this girl very, very much. Wanted criminals. We've got Sam O'Toole and the Sandman. Let's look at our buddy Sam. Wanted for unauthorized tech purchases and usage. Wanted for breaching government systems. Sam O'Toole is a young hacking prodigy and a member of Zarla's cell who runs a front as a car repair shop to gain access to the Bureau's systems within the dome. And as you can see, there's a lot of information, a lot of key information here that gives you insight into the various different characters. For instance, I would have never known this part up here about his parents dying in a meteor impact had I not decided to read the dossier. And last but not least, let's take a look at what civilians we've got here. Let's take a look at Lynn. Our girl Lynn. Job description: maid. Shy and quick to panic, she has trouble hiding her real emotions. Alright, so that's a look at the individual's dossier. Let's take a look at the organizations. Right now, all we have is the Bureau and Spectra. We are the only thing that stands between you and them. Alright, and Spectra. Remember, you chose to forfeit your memories. Whatever your person, it doesn't matter now. You are a new person, an agent. You have been transformed. Yes. So, some background issue information, if you so choose to read it on the various different organizations. Some info about the technology. The 2 technologies that we've gotten so far are on the dome itself and the Luxcaster, which I guess is kind of a laser gun. And last but not least, we have the other category, of which we have no entries. I just wanted to take a look into that before we got started. So now that we've done that, let's get back into the swing of things, shall we? Oh yeah, we stayed overnight at Blue's apartment. I wake up suddenly to the chirp of a Bureau transponder. It takes me a moment to remember where I am, and I realize it must be Blue's transponder, which is sitting on the nightstand next to his bed. It's still dark in the room, though I can tell that the sun is about to come up over the horizon by the vague, foggy light hanging around the edges of the curtains. I push the transponder. The signal is the Bureau-wide alert to call in all the agents. Something must be going down. Wonder if it has something to do with Sandman. I open the door out onto the living room and cross over to the couch where Blue is sound asleep. One of his arms is thrown over his head. The other rests on his chest, which rises and falls with his breaths. He looks peaceful laying there, and I almost don't want to disturb him. I touch his cheek gently with my fingers, and he moves so his cheek is pressed against my palm. The movement is so endearing that, without thinking, I kneel down and kiss him gently. Aw, these two. His eyes open, and he smiles so widely he looks like a small child on Christmas. Why, good morning, Violet. Good morning, Blue. I look at him, my face still inches from him. He reaches up and pulls my face back to his. The kiss is deep and warm, and I almost forget why I came out here in the first place until he pulls away. Not that I'm complaining, because this is lovely, but did you come out for a reason beyond waking me up in that delightful way? I look at him blankly for a moment before I remember the chirping transponder. Oh, yes, our transponders went off. All Bureau call. They just don't want us to have any fun, do they? Blue sits up and touches my cheek, in a way I can only describe as wondrously, before standing up and heading to the bedroom. I hear him go into the bathroom and turn on the shower. I grab my clothes from the bedroom and glance across towards the bathroom door, which is slightly ajar. Steam is floating out from the gap under the door, and from the gap between the door and the doorframe. I hesitate momentarily, but then I remember the earpiece and mic that are hidden in my clothes. I should check in with Sam, especially if the bureau call was about the Sandman. I put my clothes on quickly, and sit down on the couch, which is still warm where Blue was sleeping, and put the earpiece in. Are you there? Violet, are you there? I'm here. Finally! I've been trying to reach you for almost half an hour. Sorry, I was asleep. No time for that now. Sandman's on the move. Yeah, I just got an all call from the Bureau. What's going on? Sandman cracked the missile security codes earlier than I thought. He's activated the launch preparations. You think? Or you know? I know. I just got final confirmation. So what does this mean? It means we have an hour to stop it. Sandman must have the deactivation codes with him. Otherwise he would have never risked starting the launch. If you can get to him and get the deactivation codes, I can stop the missile launch. You have to hurry. Got it. Where is he? In the outer city. I'll guide you once you get into your car. I'm going to take my partner Blue with me. I might need him. Do whatever you need to do. Just do it quickly. Okay. Let me know when you're in the car. I want to keep forging ahead with these security blocks. I will. I take the earpiece and mic off and am about to knock on the bathroom door when Blue comes out of the bedroom. Blue, we need to go. What's going on? Sandman has activated the missile launch. We need to get to his hideout and get the deactivation codes before they launch. We have less than an hour. Is this some sort of new psychic power you developed? How do you know all this? I like Blue. I'm not gonna lie to him. And I'm not going to treat him... Yeah, I like Blue. I'm not gonna lie to him. I'm not gonna treat it like he's unimportant. I'm not gonna roll this. I am not going to roll this one. I promise I'll get you up to date later. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. For now, will you trust me? I swear to God, I turned down the music. It's really loud in my headphones is what's going on. Of course, Violet. Of course I trust you. Okay, then come with me. I'm going to need your help. Lead the way. Can I borrow one of your guns? I lost mine. You lost it? Long story, but I have the feeling we're going to need them. Of course. Kind of accidentally dropped out of my Violet voice there. Blue pulls one of his extra guns out of a cabinet and hands it to me. Then he puts his own in the holster. I quickly gather the rest of my things, and we walk swiftly out of the apartment. As I run down the stairs, I put the earpiece and mic back on. We're on our way. I fling myself towards the driver's side of the car as soon as we hit the pavement, and Blue rushes to the passenger's side. Sam, we're in the car. Where are we going? What? Blue's face and emotions jump in surprise, but I ignore him and listen intently as Sam fumbles round for a moment. You're going to drive south on 3rd, then hang a sharp left when you get to West Main. Got it. I pull the car away from the curb with a screech, and switch on the siren. I don't think I've ever used it before, but these are extenuating circumstances. If Sam is right, and the countdown has been activated, we have less than an hour to stop it before things get ugly. Blue. Violet. There I go, reading stage directions. Violet. Care to let me know what the hell is going on? I already told you. Sandman, Dr. Alexei, activated the missiles. We have to stop them before they launch. How do you know this information is reliable? It's Sam. It's Sam, the rebel I made contact with. He's the only one who knows what Sandman's doing. He's managed to hide himself from the Bureau, at least long enough to enact his plan. Why does he think you'll be able to stop it? I sigh. I know that I need to tell Blue the truth, or he'll never stop asking and concentrate on the mission. Okay. Blue, listen to me. You know how I said that my cover was still intact? Well, that was a lie. There was a bit of an accident. I was going to report it, but I realized I wouldn't be able to stop Sandman without his help. What? I know. I didn't mean to keep it from you. It's just, I knew you wouldn't agree. Violet, how do we know this isn't a trap? Do you trust this guy with your life? I trust him enough to believe that what he's saying right now is the truth. Well, if you trust him, I suppose I trust him. After all, you're the mind reader. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so what's the plan? Blue pulls out his gun and begins to check its ammo. We're heading towards Alexei's hideout. You stopped calling him Sandman. Yeah, I'm tired of indulging his stupid little nickname. I'm sleeping with one eye open from now on, and I'm gripping my pillow tight. Blue looks at me, and I can sense a rising of emotion in him. You're just... I love you, Violet. Me too, Blue. Me too. Sharp left! I nearly crashed the car at the sound of Sam's voice, but I quickly turned onto West Main. It's 2 blocks ahead. Up on your right. The abandoned factory. You might want to turn that thing off before you wake up the whole neighborhood. I do as Sam suggested and turn off the siren. Of course he's working out of a warehouse. He really does fancy himself a supervillain, doesn't he? More like a misunderstood hero, I think. He has a god complex for sure. Okay, I think I see the building. Yeah, I have eyes on you. You're right in front of it. The old warehouse. In the words of Jim Ross, business is about to pick up. By God! I stop the car a block after the factory. I quickly get out, and Blue does the same. Suddenly I'm face to face with Blue, and I'm not sure what to say. Blue, Don't worry, Vi. We'll talk about it later. Come on, let's go get this guy. I'm relieved. At the same time, I can feel a small knot in the pit of my stomach. I want to say something to Blue so he knows. So he knows he's not alone in his feelings. I just don't know how. Girl, I am feeling you so hard right now. Phrasing. I am feeling what you're... I felt what you're feeling right now. Okay, let's go. I curse my cowardice, but then I'm distracted by the warehouse. As we approach the seemingly abandoned building, I can see the outline of light against the boarded-up windows. We found it all right. Sam, can you tell us anything about the layout? Not much, at least from what I can pull up at the moment. I'm not able to fully access their database. What about your sensors? Can they pick up anything? They're designed to track larger objects, but maybe if I refine the radius, tweak a few variables... We don't have all day here. Okay. It looks like there are life signs patrolling the perimeter. Must be the defectors who joined Sandman's cell. They'll definitely be armed. I relay the information to Blue in a quick whisper. It's quiet. Too quiet. Feels like we're walking into a trap. You just had to say that, didn't you? You watch a lot of old TV on those massive on those monitors that you've got in your class, and you just felt like you had to say that at some point, didn't you? I know. Still, I think our best bet would be to split up and search the building. If you start from the basement and work on your way up, I can start from the top and work down. We can meet on the first floor. I don't like the idea, but you're probably right. We don't have time to wait for the enforcers. If you get into any trouble, signal me on your transponder. Okay. We looked at one another for a long moment. Then, Blue turns and runs around the back of the warehouse. I make my way towards the side door, hoping to get in unseen. As soon as I get into the building, I hear gunshots coming from the direction Blue should be in. I look out the window and see rebel soldiers running towards him in the plaza outside. Damn, I didn't think they'd see me so fast. So much for stealth. We've got you now, you damn freak! I'll make this quick. Blue's gunplay is peerless as always. He shoots quicker than the eye can see, taking down several rebels at once with his trick shot. The rest of the soldiers retreat to the opposite side of the facility. They haven't spotted me yet, and I run back towards the direction I came from so I can start my search. Blue can take care of himself. God, for the sake of this story, I hope so. You have no idea how hard I'm shipping Violet and Blue. And I am not normally a shipper. I run towards a dark staircase, my gun pulled. Luckily, it seems that Blue's firefight has drawn all the rebels toward that side of the building. I hope Blue's okay. You and me both, girl. I shake the thought out of my head. Of course it is. I focus on the darkness in front of me. At the top of the staircase, I reach a long hallway with doors on either side. One by one, I begin checking the rooms. The first three I check, quietly opening the doors and peering around the doorframe, are empty. The fourth has a table covered in papers. I can't make out what the papers say in the dark, but I have a feeling they are definitely related to Alexei's plans. I make a mental note to come back to this room later, if I can. I make my way out of the room and back into the dark hallway. The fifth door is at the end of the hall. As I approach, I hear an odd whirring sound. I open the door carefully and stick my gun in, followed by the rest of me, careful to partially shield my body with the door. At first, I can't tell what's going on. It's dark and light in the room at the same time. An almost blinding light. Similar to the one that was in the basement of Bolt's Auto, is coming from the wall opposite the door. Silhouetted against it is a human shape. Suddenly, all the lights come on. Blue must have found the fuse box in the basement. The figure who was silhouetted now comes into full view. I hold my gun on him. Freeze! Bureau agent! Dr. Alexei, you are under arrest for the use of X-Class unauthorized technology. He turns around slowly to face me. Rather to my surprise, he looks rather calm, considering the gun pointed at his head. Now, let's not be hasty, Agent Violet. I'm momentarily thrown off by his quick deduction of my identity, and my eyes widen in surprise. He smiles knowingly, because he can tell he's caught me off guard. Anyone else with powers like mine would also be called the same thing, your point being? To keep from prolonging his satisfaction, I quickly set my jaw and look at him, unflinchingly, in the eyes. Welcome to my headquarters, Agent Violet. You have quite the reputation for a fairly new agent. That's good. They sent a rising star, but you're still new enough that you might be able to listen to reason. I'm not going with one. So 1 through 3, 4 through 6. I don't know what your definition of reason is, but I highly doubt it's on your side. Now step away from the control panel. Don't make me have to tell you twice. That just goes to show you how little you truly know. I know enough to say you're about to cause a goddamn apocalypse. Now, I don't intend on doing any such thing. In fact, I'm preventing the apocalypse. Dude, you are not... Dude, you are not Pentecost. We are not canceling the apocalypse with you at the helm, son. Frickin' Stacker Pentecost wannabe. What are you talking about? Do you really think I'll buy that? Did you know, Agent Violet, that I was very recently able to crack the code that is the Selenon language? That's impossible. I've never heard of anyone, except apparently Blue, attempting to translate the Selenon language, let alone having any success at it. Ah, that caught your attention. Yes, I've been working on it for quite some time, and over a year ago, I finally succeeded. Since then, I've been monitoring their communications using the city's long-range transmission system. After listening for several months, I began to recognize patterns in the way they were talking about humanity. They kept referring to something called the Arrival. Have you heard of it? No. Why would I have? Your Bureau of Human Protection knows about it, but they haven't seen fit to tell anyone. What is it? Do you ever wonder why the Selenon kept us alive? I've never really thought about it. That's the problem with you Spectra agents. No imagination. They washed all the color right out of you. That's not unimportant. The truth is that the only reason we are alive is because of one Selenon. Their leader, the Dark One. What? If you discovered my plans, I'm sure you also know about absolute dominion. A way for one Selenon to take control of the rest. Despite the others' hatred of humanity, the Dark One commanded them to fall back, to spare the lives of the remainder of the human race. Why would he want to do that? I don't quite know for sure. Perhaps he was merely curious. Or perhaps he just wanted to make us suffer. Whatever the case may be, it seems that word got out to the rulers of the entire Selenon race. They are coming to Earth to see for themselves if humanity is truly worthy of preservation. So, why do you want to kill them? Why do you want to kill them exactly? Then that's good news, right? If they say yes, then the Dark One can just keep ruling over us forever. You fool! Do you really think they will side with the Dark One? Have you seen the kinds of atrocities humankind is capable of? No, they will destroy us all! What? Despite his desire to become our god, even the Dark One cannot stop beings that powerful. When the Arrival happens, this city will cease to exist! I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. You can't see them, but they've been traveling for a very long time. They're almost here! That's why I have to act! If we can kill the Dark One, we can buy some time. Time to escape this planet before it is overrun! And why should I trust you? For all I know, this could be a distraction. A pure satisfaction. I admit it. You have no reason to. I could be lying. Zala thought I was, but I know that you are different. Different. I lower my gun the tiniest bit, and a smile begins to spread across Dr. Alexei's face. From the moment I heard about you, I realized you must be... Suddenly, Dr. Alexei lets out an odd gurgling sound, his face contorting in silent horror. What the... I see a dark red stain spreading from the back of his shirt to the front, and as he falls forward, I see another figure standing directly behind him. No! A large blade sticks through Alexei's chest. One that could only belong to one person. In this case, the only reason I'm not using a misogynistic slur for Red is because I like dogs, and I feel like it would be an insult to canine kind. Enough of this garbage! Don't presume to know things you can't understand! What a shame you won't be alive to watch your plans fail miserably! Your time is up! You fool! You will never stop! Ugh. Dr. Alexei stops to the ground. His heart stopped in an instant. Red grins maniacally, covered in his blood. Thanks for distracting him for me. That was far too easy! Ugh. What exactly do you think you're doing, Agent Violet? Her voice is ice, and I involuntarily shudder. What am I doing? What the hell are you doing? This was a valuable asset and a prisoner of the Bureau. You are an incompetent idiot. While you were standing chatting with your prisoner, he started the countdown on his missiles. What? I rush over to the control panel that was right behind Alexei and look at it. It is overwhelming, and well beyond my basic level of understanding of tech. But even I can tell that there is a countdown happening on screen. I'm speechless. Was everything he told me just a lie? Was he just playing me for time? Red roughly pushes me out of the way, and I nearly fall over Alexei's prone figure. She begins to type rapidly on the control panel. You are never going to be a true agent if you don't use force. This wasn't the time for your stupid wishy-washy dilly-dallying. I was interrogating a suspect. Is that not what police are supposed to do? Are we not supposed to actually interrogate suspects, get information from them that we can use to stop crime? Is that not what we're supposed to do? My God, why are the police in the fictional universe the same as police in a real life? I just... Shut your mouth, I'm trying to find the deactivation codes. I swear to God, you're the kind who'd pull your blades on someone who is pointing a phone camera on you, aren't you, Red? That's the kind of person you are. I'm silent for a long moment as Red continues working on the control panel. Got him! She works for another moment, then slams her fist against the panel. It's too late! I can't get into the system on time! This is gonna come down on your head! No, it's gonna come down on your head because you killed the guy who had the fucking deactivation codes! Thinking quickly, I speak into my mic, hoping Sam is still reachable. Sam, I've got the deactivation codes. What on earth are you... Just show me the codes! Red points to a series of numbers and letters on the screen. Ready? Yes, go! T60, B4920, then there's a space, followed by 873 V900R. Done! There's a long pause. I'm holding my breath, and I swear that Sam is as well on the other end of the mic. Red stands by, her usual level of angle bubbling just below the surface. The shutdown sequence has been initiated! I breathe a great sigh of relief as Sam lets out an uncharacteristic laugh on the other end. I turn to Red. The missiles are being shut down. I feel Red's anger lower minutely. Wait a second. What is it? His voice sounds panicked. One of the missiles has failed to respond. What? How is that possible? I pull the earpiece out of my ear and gesture for Red to listen as well. She moves closer and bends her ear towards the earpiece. It's hundreds of years old. The launch control system must have shorted out. I'll shut it down then. I can't. The only way to disconnect the power is to turn the key and execute a manual abort sequence. How are we supposed to do that? You have to get to the bunker where they're being kept. That's halfway across the city. Give me the coordinates. Sam tells Red a series of latitude and longitude numbers that I can't make heads or tails of, but she apparently seems to understand. Violet, You'd better hope I get there in time. Without another word, Red disappears. Violet, you should go too. It's a long shot, but I can't get an exact read on the launch timer. On my way. I've run out of the room toward the hall and down the stairs toward the main warehouse. I'm just starting to think that I should try and grab Blue to bring him when I collide with him in the doorway to the main warehouse. Whoa, Violet, what's going on? Did you find Alexei? Yes, he's dead. Long story. But now we have to get to one of the missile bunkers. Now! Oh, and by the way, your ex-girlfriend Red is a killer cop. Just thought you'd like to know that. I continue running without further explanation, and Blue follows right on my heels. I burst out of the warehouse and find that the enforcers have arrived. They're herding a bunch of Alexei's men into APCs. Our car is over a block away, and that's too far. I run up to the last armored vehicle, the only one that's yet to load any prisoners. Enforcer! We need this APC! I can't authorize transfer of a military vehicle. We're Spectra. We don't need your permission. Now move! The enforcer moves aside, dumbstruck, and we climb into the van. There's another enforcer in the driver's seat. I slide between him and Blue. Drive! The enforcer steps on the gas, and we hurtle out of the warehouse parking lot. Where are we going, Sam? Head west! West, as fast as you can! The transport is barreling through traffic, and cars are screeching to a halt as the enforcer flips on the siren. Violet, I've finally gotten a read on the countdown, and it's... I look at Blue, panic-stricken. We're not going to make it, are we? The engine of the APC roars as we continue to race west across the dome. But if what Sam is reading is true... Oh my shit. Oh my fucking shit. Just as we reach a large bridge heading toward downtown, we hear a massive dull roar. Everything starts to shake from deep underground, as if the city is cracking apart. A trail of white smoke leads upwards, billowing from a rapidly rising dot that shines as brightly as a star. But I have a sinking feeling that it's nothing that innocuous. Sam! Sam! What the hell is that? I didn't... I can't... Damn it! Sam, talk to me here. I'm so sorry, Violet. I couldn't do anything. Mom. Dad. Please forgive me. The enforcer screeches the transport van to a halt as the aftershocks continue to rock the bridge. Sam, I know this is hard, but you have to tell me what's going on. That missile that just launched was tracking down a Selenon. What? But how can that be? The Selenon live on the dark side of the moon, and the lunatic is on the grass. No, that isn't entirely true. They also have a small contingent of guards in orbit around the Earth. Sandman launched the missile because he thought the Dark One would be right there at that particular time. Blue, the enforcer, and I all watch, stunned, as the missile explodes blindingly in the sky. Oh God, I hope Red wasn't on that. I mean, I still hate Red, but I hope she wasn't on that. Don't tell me. It hit him. According to the beacons, it should have only... The Dark One's signal is still active? What is that supposed to mean? He must have hit the wrong... Sam? Sam? Before Sam can finish his sentence, a sound like no other I've ever heard rocks the city. It's like a combination of a shriek and a thunderclap. It reverberates through my body, making me feel like I'm going to throw up. Oh, God. Oh, God. No. And cliffhanger. I appreciate you hanging around for me for this episode 8 of Selenon Rising. In the next episode... Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is going to hurt so bad, I think. Until next time, keep it casual, y'all.